Hey there, it's Adam Holland. Welcome back to another case study video. This one, we're going to talk about a business funding niche client that went from 0 to 46 booked calls per week in just 3.5 weeks. Pretty impressive, pretty quick ramp up right there, right? So what happened before Adam Holland Marketing? Well, they actually ran ads on Facebook that seemed to do well, only to realize that nearly every single buyer was already on their existing email list. So here they are running ads. The stats look good. They're getting people to register, but very few new leads were generated after 5 figures in ad spend. This is kind of crazy. This is the email I got from the client saying sales are coming in. Still looks like a majority have not come from Facebook. How disappointing, right? So they have a lead list of 69,000 people. So they were getting sales. They had a sales team, but the sales team wasn't getting fed. They were hoping that this Facebook agency was going to help them grow their audience instead of just using their existing audience. They wanted to grow their email list more with that cold traffic and get new buyers in the door, and they just weren't making it happen. Coincidentally, this is actually a client of mine from like 3 years ago, and he had changed the offer that he was promoting a little bit. He was focusing on his main business, and things kind of fizzled out, and he didn't want to fix it, so he ended up shutting off ads, like I said, a few years ago. Well, now he's come back. He started to go strong. He wanted to promote this new offer, but he went to Facebook first because he had a guy. Everybody's got a Facebook guy, right? Somebody knows somebody that runs ads on Facebook, right? Well, again, it just wasn't working out. It wasn't profitable. Luckily, he had made sales through his email list, and he said, you know what? We got to come back to you, Adam. The best quality leads were always coming from YouTube. We got to get things started again. So he came back on as a client, and after he got started again, within the first 3.5 weeks, we had 46 booked calls per week, right? Now, let me move my pretty face here out of the way so you can actually see this, right? So we only spent, maybe a day or two worth in this first week here. So again, you want to count that? Cool. Whatever. But get this, 4 booked calls at under $100 a booked call. Started to scale, started to experiment a little bit. We had 8 booked calls the first full week we were running ads, about $106 a book call. 22 calls the next week, 46 again by the end of that 4th full week, or I should say 3rd full week running ads. The first week here, the 4 ads only ran like a day and a half or 2 days, something like that. So we were able to, you can see, ramp up ad spend from $300 a week to nearly $4,000 a week within a month. And again, that's not, I don't want to like preach pie in the sky. This is not the norm. This client was very attentive, very good at communicating. We gave feedback on the sales funnel, and you can see the opt-in rate went from 10 to 15, 18 to 24, almost 25% opt-in rate. So they were taking the feedback that we were giving. We were optimizing ads. They were optimizing their landing page. I think they actually ended up tweaking their video sales letter some point during this process as well. But the whole time, we were just in great communication, dialing things in, and just kicking some butt. And again, $100 book calls is a rarity on YouTube, especially with the quality. I'd pay, again, it depends upon the niche, but I'd pay $200, $250 a book call from YouTube all day long at scale because of the quality and the high conversion rates from this type of traffic. So what happens next? Or what happened in general to get these kind of things? So we had highly targeted ads. Again, very highly targeted ads. The client honestly put together some really killer creatives as well. We did the scripting, they did the recording, and then we collaborated on the editing side of things. Sometimes we handle it. Sometimes the clients want to handle editing. It's all well and good as long as they're following our framework. Have at it, right? So they, again, the ads were delivered to the right audience. They had the right motivation, and they had money for a high ticket offer. In this case, this individual's offer is a $7,500 offer. They do have a downsell, I think, to $2K, but this is a high ticket offer. So the worst thing to do is celebrate getting really cheap leads and really cheap book calls and then having them not convert into sales. They had to convert into sales for this client to ramp up so quickly. Right? So again, we provided feedback to help optimize their sales funnel. So this resulted in better lead costs, first of all, but cheaper and more booked calls, and even better show-up rates for those booked calls. And everybody, this is what our AIM strategy is all about. And if you're not already familiar with the AIM strategy, let me break this down for you here in 30 seconds or less. So AIM is attract, influence, and monetize. We attract the right prospects. We get in front of ideal buyers using highly targeted ads. Influence, we keep them engaged and build trust via retargeting. And then monetize, we direct that warmed up traffic back into your sales process to be efficient, not only with your ad spend, but to make sure we're maximizing every opportunity with every click, every lead, every booked call that comes in. Now, if you're looking at getting these kind of results, here's the next step. Your next step is going to be to click on the button somewhere down below this video, book a call with either me or someone on my team, and let's chat. Let's see if your offer, your niche is even going to be a match for us. Chances are, let's say it is, we'll decide, okay, this is the time that we're going to be starting to work together. This is the onboarding process and everything that looks like after the fact. So again, go ahead, click on the button below, book a call, take that next step, and let's see if we can put our AIM strategy to work in your business.